Hi, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hey, how you doing? My name is Ash. I am a makeup artist and a book lover, and today is an exciting video because I am reviewing the Wet n Wild and Nightmare for Christmas collection. So I am a big fan of the Nightmare for Christmas. I've always been a fan. I love Tim Burton movies. I love the artwork. I love everything about it. I am contemplating getting a Tim Burton leg sleeve because I already have my arms done, obviously. I love the Nightmare for Christmas. I am even currently reading Long Live the Pumpkin Queen, which is a story after the movie when Sally becomes the Pumpkin Queen. But Wet n Wild came out with their Nightmare for Christmas collection. I bought this myself off of Ulta. This is the PR box, but I will say, disappointingly, when you open this, so cool, I didn't get everything in the collection, and that's a bummer. So I will just really quickly tell you what I didn't get, and that would be the two-piece multi-stick set, which are like the chubby pencils. That was not included. The makeup bag was also not included. The black matte liquid liner, that was not included, which is a bummer because I love black liquid liners. But the two that I did get, they're pretty cool. And I did not get the Master Fright translucent setting powder. I think I paid $85 for this, and I did not get the full collection, so that's kind of a bummer. I dislike that about that. So I'm going to go over all the products that I do have. I do have swatches to go along with everything, so let's just hop into that. But first of all, just a shout out to this box. I am definitely keeping this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm keeping it. I love it. So the first item is the Scaring is Caring Sticky Serum Primer. This has Oogie Boogie on it. I did test this out. You'll hear my thoughts in a little bit, but it's a nice primer. And then you have the Light the Way Glitter Body Illuminator. This is really pretty. It has a picture of Zero on it. I did not try this on today just because it just didn't go with anything. It's there, you see the swatch, it's pretty. The Blushlighter palette is 3 shades. You have a gold, a pinky, and a purple shade. It's really pretty, very pigmented. Obviously, if you're super pale, you should go with a light hand with these. I don't think that if you are anywhere around my skin tone, you can use the gold as a highlighter, but that's the Blushlighter, and you have a picture of Sally on it. And there is a Duel-Ended contour stick. This has a contour side and a pure white side, so this is the only shade that they have available, which is a big bummer. If you're anybody darker than me, this isn't gonna work, except for the white side being like super brightening. But it's a contour stick, and I am always a fan of trying new contour sticks. Then there is a tube of mascara. I did try this out, and I'll be honest, I'm just not a fan of this. And the two liners I got were the Oogie Boogie and Zero ones. The Oogie Boogie one is Dare to Play, and the Zero one is Zero to Hero. So you get a shimmery green and a shimmery white, and these are fantastic. There are 2 color changing lip oils. So you have the Oogie Boogie and the Mare one, which specifically is called Truth or Scare for Oogie Boogie and Too Faced for the Mare. I find that these colors don't look that much different. I do try them on in the video, but I'm just not like overly impressed with these, and the scent of them is like a chocolatey pepperminty one. Don't like. And then there are 3 lip and cheek creams. These are Lock, Shock, and Barrel. Lock is a very pretty orange shade. This one is called On Lockdown. Shock is a really pretty like still in the orange family, but more like pinky. And this one is called Shock Value. And then you have Barrel, which is a really pretty darker like plummy red. This one is Barrel of Scares. All 3 of these can be used on the lips and cheeks. I did test it both ways, but these are interesting. They're very interesting. And then the final piece in this is the eyeshadow palette. This is the Eye and Face palette. There is 16 shades. It's a mix of mattes, shimmers, toppers, glitters. I'm not really impressed with the glitters in here, but overall, I do like some of the tones in here. I will say this didn't swatch the best, but some of the shades that didn't swatch well, they performed well. Take that as you will. Like I said, there are 16 shades. Does it necessarily scream Nightmare for Christmas? No, but I get the vision. So that is everything that I got in this collection. So let's just go ahead and jump into actually me trying out the makeup, and you'll get my full final thoughts on everything at the end. But I was so excited to get this, not gonna lie. So I'm gonna start by trying out the Sticky Serum Primer. I do already have a moisturizer on, so I'm just gonna see how sticky this is. I do like the packaging on this. I love Oogie Boogie. I wanna see if this compares to the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer or the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, because that is what this is trying to mimic, I believe. That's just a lightly tint of a green. I'm not gonna try to apply too much because I am testing out a foundation, but I do not like the smell of it right off the bat. Do not like that. I'm gonna focus this kind of right in my center. It does have a similar feel to the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, which I have like a love-hate with the Power Grip primers. It's like, it's good, but I also struggle with it. So we'll just see how sticky this gets as it sets. This sticky, so we'll do the stick test. Yeah. It sticks not as well as the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, but it's sticky. I'm doing a separate video where I'm testing out this foundation from e.l.f., so I'm gonna just pop over to that video and I'll be right back. Alright, so my foundation is on and I really enjoy the combination of this. The full review for this foundation is gonna be up, I believe, before this video, so check it out if you're interested. But I like this. It's not overly sticky. I feel like some of the sticky products that are coming out, they're just way too sticky and it makes it really hard to blend on top of it. This worked perfectly fine and I used a sponge with it, so I am very happy with that. So I'm gonna hop right into the next product, which is the Duel-Ended contour stick. I'll be honest, don't know what I'm supposed to use the white for unless I like highlight my nose. Don't know, but we're gonna go straight in with this contour and hope that it does something. So I'm just going to just chisel. I'll attempt my nose. I really don't like contouring my nose just because I feel like I don't need it. Take it a little bit there, a little bit there, and right there. I have a little Morphe E38 and I'm going to see how well this blends, which I don't know, you tell me, how does it look blended? Color wise, I'll say it's not the coolest tone, but it does create a shadow, especially with the purple I got going on. It's blending out okay. I do feel like it lifted a little bit of my foundation, so I'm just gonna pounce over that with my sponge, and that's that side blended out. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But I would probably try to use this more as like an underpainting. Let me blend out the rest and see my official thoughts. But as of right now, I'm not impressed with it, but I'm not hating it. I feel like this side kind of looks a little bit better. I feel like it didn't really lift my foundation too much. And yeah, it's not a bad contour color, but this is the only shade available, so it doesn't really work for anybody that's going to be much darker than me. I feel like Wet n Wild kind of always misses the mark on, you know, catering to a wider range of skin tones. They got them a little bit better, I think, with one of their latest foundation launches. They had a lot more shades, but for like complexion products, they just missed the mark a little bit. That is that all done. I feel like it's not too bad. More subtle, I could definitely build it up, but I am scared to do that. I do see myself reaching for it though, so that is a positive. I'm gonna try this just maybe on like the tip of my nose, maybe just right down the center. It's like it's a pure white, so it reminds me of the NYX Milk Jumbo Eye Pencil. I'm just gonna blend that in with my finger. It's definitely giving a highlighted effect, but it's just like a white. I don't think it has any shimmer. I don't think this has any shimmer in it. No, it's just a white cream. Now these are actually cheek and lip products, and I'll be honest, I'm a little scared to try them, but you know what? We're here. Might as well try them. I think I'm going to go in with Shock Value. I think that would pair very well with this Blushlighter palette, which by the way I cannot use as a highlight because it's really pigmented and just not a good shade for me. So it's going to be used as a blush. Alright, so I'm just going to do a little bit of this because this is pretty pigmented, and you can also use these on your lips. I'm going to do just that much. Just that much. I really don't want this like crazy. And I just have a Real Techniques brush, which I'm going to use to kind of pat this out. I think these would look really pretty as lip colors, but I don't know how I feel about the formula for it on the cheeks, which that kind of blended away to almost nothing. I did a little bit more on this side, so it's a little more prominent. It blended out pretty decently, but I don't know how I feel about it. Again, these might work better as like underpainting rather than on top of foundation, because I do feel like it's kind of moving my foundation around a little bit. But it's not a bad color. I don't hate it. I'm going to go ahead and do my concealer and powder before moving into anything else. Alright, let's go on into blush. I did go in with a little bit of a powder contour just on top of that contour stick, just to re-intensify it, and I'm gonna try out this blush. I feel like this didn't really do much on my face, but I also didn't use a ton of it, so take that as you will. I think I'm gonna go in with this middle shade. I will say I kind of dislike the setup of this because it's gonna be hard to get a brush and just that. I'm just gonna use the same brush that I used with that cream because I didn't use a ton. And I'm scared to use this because it did swatch very pigmented, so hopefully I don't overly look like a clown. That is a pretty blush. Ooh, I really like that. But yeah, this little palette, it's cute. I like that blush. Obviously, I'm not going to use the gold because if I try to use it as a highlight or even as a blush topper, it's way too pigmented, way too dark. And I just didn't feel like the purple one today. I will be playing with this more though. Excited for that. Before I highlight, I do want to try out one of these lip oils. These are pH lip changing lip oils, so not really going to look that much different. The Oogie Boogie one, which is called Truth or Scared, this one is a lighter pink, and then the Maryam one, which is Too Faced, it does show up as a slightly deeper pink, but depending on your pH level and everything, it might just look the same. So I'm going to go in with the Oogie Boogie one, and this does not look green at all, and it's just lip oil. I will say it has like that fake like chocolate scent. Not a fan of it, but you can already see that it's turning like really pink. You know what? That's Oogie Boogie, or whatever it's called. I'm gonna call it Oogie Boogie. I'm gonna put the Maryam on top. It's not like cooling or anything, but like it's like that almost like pepperminty chocolate, but more chocolate. And it's kind of very off-putting. I did not apply those very well, but there you go. Oogie Boogie, the Maryam. Not that different. Not very different at all. I will say the Oogie Boogie one is more pink, and then the Maryam one is a little deeper, but it is a little bit more purpley undertoned. So I will let these marinate on my lips for a bit. Very, very pink. As I go in with my highlighter, then we'll jump into all the eye stuff. Very excited for that. I love how my makeup is looking so far. So let me go figure out which brushes I want, and then I'll be back to start the eyeshadow. Alright, you are zoomed in a little bit. I already went ahead and primed my eyes with my Anastasia eye primer, and let's just get into this palette. I will say that with the swatches I am not overly impressed with it, and I really dislike that there are two basically pressed glitters in here, so I'm not actually going to use the glitters because I got too much stuff going on today. I don't have time to try to play with glitter. I just don't. I am going to be playing with the two liners I have and the tubing mascara. Oh, these shades do have names. Didn't realize that. The shades are very tiny on the back. So I'm going to start with this shade here, which I believe is Fright. And I just have an old Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH15 brush. I will say for the formula on these, they do seem a little hit or miss. I feel like some shades seem a little bit more like creamy and pigmented, like this one. This one is a really nice shade, but others feel like super dry and kind of chalky, so maybe they will be different once I try them on the eye. But I am really liking that shade. Ooh, that's a pretty shade. Blending out very well. Really bringing the shade up right in the front of my brow. I really like that effect because it gives you not really sad eyes, but like I just like how it looks. There are definitely more shimmers than mattes in here. Some of the shimmers, like these two, they look very different in the pan, but swatched they looked almost the same, which is crazy. But I think I'm gonna I'll just go right into the black here, which is Nightmare. This is not the most pigmented black. It's more of a very dark gray in my opinion, but this is a Cara Beauty brush. And I'm gonna focus this, I guess, right out here. I didn't want to go super smoky today, but maybe that's the vibe. I'm just going to work this in my outer V. I'm not bringing it too far over, I just really want to focus it just right on the outer corner. It's blending out perfectly fine, it's just not a very deep black. I guess I'm just also taking that black a little bit down here. Kind of not right on the lash line, just right below it. That's just where it's going. I will say, I am liking the shade. It kind of works that it's not so stark black. It's much easier to blend. Sometimes when you get a super, super deep black, sometimes it can be hard to blend. I'm gonna go into this purple shade, which I am gonna guess is, this one is Scream. And I'm gonna put this right in here. So I think what I'm gonna do is do this shade here and then do that shimmery blue and then do, would red on the lid be too much? Just gonna take a little bit more of it right in here. So I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of the black. I feel like I just need it a little bit higher towards the tail of my brow. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. I am gonna go in with my finger and I'm gonna go into this red shade, which should be called Sandy Claus, yes. Kidnap Mr. Sandy Claus. I wanna do it, let's strong. Alright, this one is more of like a satin. Has a slight sheen to it. It is really pretty. I'm kind of glad that it's not just a straight up like super shimmery shimmer, because this would actually look really good just like a blown out smoky red eye. I like that. I'm gonna take an old Morphe and JS brush. I'm just gonna take that same shade and just kind of blend that into the crease just a little bit. Really don't know how I'm going to tie in that green liner, but I'm going to try. I'm going to take a little Real Techniques brush and I'm going to go into the shade here called Skull. I'm going to try this on my brow bone and inner corner. This is like a little bit more of a creamier shade, not putty-like, but it reminds me of like the Super Shock shadows from ColourPop. It's a little hard to work with on a brush, but I'm going to try. Yeah, it's like not coming up on a brush. Hopefully, I don't know if you can see just how hard it is to just, it's like, it's not working. I'm gonna have to go in with my finger, which isn't my favorite application for my brow bone, but like, yeah, it's working with the finger, but with a brush, it is a straight up no-go. That is a pretty inner corner highlight though. Not loving it, not hating it. I'm gonna go into this next shade here, which is So and Go. I'm just gonna take it with my finger and just kind of pop that there. Oh yeah, that looks good. I feel like this might be more of a topper than like a standalone, but it's cute. Now I'm going to take an E18 from Morphe in this blue shade called Stitches. I may end up going in with just my finger. This is a really pretty blue and I kind of just want it like right in here. Which, okay, that is making my eyes water. Don't love that. Don't love that at all. Oh, okay, I'm going to just go in with a little bit on my finger. Maybe the brush was just pushing it into my eyeball. That's a really pretty blue though. I will say just be careful with this around your eye. That burned a little bit. Using just my finger, it seems to be okay. I'm not loving this look, but I'm going to go back in with that original brush and that very first shade that I used, and I'm just going to kind of lightly sweep right in here. I feel like I lost some of that color with that red. Okay, let's move on. The zero liner is very like light. I really want to play with this green, so I'm going to go in with this one. It's called Dare to Play. It's so pretty. I'm gonna try do a squiggle. Yeah, that is very pigmented and very shiny. I like that. Ooh. Think of it as like Oogie's worms. It's filled with bugs. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I like that. That's so cool. I'm gonna go in with Zero to Hero, and let's just do just dots. This is really good for little shiny dots. I like both of these. That's fun. Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna do anything else with this palette. Honestly, the fact that my eyes burned a little bit kind of worries me, but I'm going with a pencil. This is from the NYX and Beetlejuice collection. It's the green chrome. Is that what this is? Green chrome. I'm gonna add this because I feel like it's gonna maybe tie in. Wipe off this lip oil and leave behind a little bit of a stain. And I'm gonna try out this mascara. And I'll be honest, I've never tried a tubing mascara before, so this will be my first time. Interested to see how the formula on this is. This isn't the type of wand that I like, because I believe tubing mascara is the one that's supposed to be like little tubes and it just comes off easily with water. Now, I don't have the best lashes as is, and these are doing absolutely nothing for my top lashes. That is doing absolutely nothing. Don't love that. Let's see how it looks on my bottom lashes. Sometimes mascaras that suck on the top, they work so much better on the bottom. It's not bad on the bottom. I don't think this is going to be my favorite. I don't like that mascara. So I am going to probably throw on a pair of lashes because I feel like this look needs a pair of lashes. And I might go in with just a small wing liner as I usually do. I'm going to pick out one of these lips because for these you can use them as lipsticks. So I think I'm just going to go back in with Shock Value and see how this plays on the lips. I'm not sure if I like the formula on this. I don't think I love this color on me. And I'll take it back. This is a very comfortable formula. I just don't think it's going to be long lasting on the lips because I don't believe that this fully dries down. I could be wrong. I mean, it's a cute color. It's a cute color. So I'm gonna just go ahead and finish off my eyes. This look definitely needs a lash, and then I'll be back to show you the complete look and give you my final thoughts on this entire collection. Alright, and here's the finished makeup look. Let me know what you think of it. I'll be honest, is it my favorite look? No, it's not. Do I feel kind of cute? Maybe a little bit, but overall I just feel okay. So I did go in with a pair of lashes, and I went in with the false advertising lashes from AF94, and then I did go in with just a little bit of my liquid liner just to hide the lash band, but other than that, that's that. You can barely see my bottom lashes. It's fine. It's fine. So let me go ahead and zoom you out so I can talk about all of my final thoughts about this collection because I have thoughts. Alright, so as I was doing my makeup, you heard some of my thoughts about these products, so let me get down to the nitty gritty of what I actually think about everything, and then you can inform your own opinion on if you want to get this collection. The primer, I will say, is really great. It's comparable to the e.l.f. Power Grip primer, just not as sticky, and I like that about that. So I would recommend getting this. The Duel-Ended Contour Stick, I will say that I do like this, but again, if you are any shade darker than me, this will not work for you. The Wet n Wild Step It Up, do multiple shades of this. I do like it. I think that it blended out okay. I don't really get the whole pure white side, but it does give a highlighting effect. It's not something I usually go for, but I do like this. The Blushlighter palette I actually do surprisingly really like. I think the shade that I use, this middle one, is just so stunning. I just want to use it all the time. It's a beautiful blush. Even this purple one, when I swatched it, it was pretty good. So I am very happy with that. For the lip oils, I will say that I do not like these just because I don't like the scent of them. It's just, I hate that fake chocolatey, like pepperminty smell. It's just, I don't like it. The fact that these are the PH lip colors, I feel like you don't need multiples of these. Every brand seems to be coming out with one, and honestly, just pick one and you'll be fine. You don't need to buy like multiples from multiple different brands. I like the packaging on this, but other than that, I'm just not a fan of this. My hair tie just broke. What the fuck? As for the Lock, Shock & Barrel Lip and Cheek Tint, I have mixed feelings about them. I do feel like it's very comfortable on the lips, but the shade that I used, which was the Shock one, I feel like it didn't really do much on the face. Granted, I did not use a ton of it, but I do like these more as a lip product. The colors are actually really pretty. I didn't think I would like this shade on me, but it's growing on me and I really like it, so I'm happy with it. I think one of my favorite things in this collection are the eyeliners. They are so pretty. The green is so intense, it's so shimmery, and the white is also very shimmery and very pretty. Typically I find like white liquid liners just don't really work well, and since this one is more of a shimmer formula, I feel like it's working so much better than like anything else I've tried. But these are like the standouts to me, so I really like these. The Tube Mascara, I will say, is a hard no for me. It did absolutely nothing for my lashes. I expected a little bit more. I have had good luck with Wet n Wild mascaras before in the past, but this one was just hard no. Hard no. And of course the palette, I have mixed feelings about it. I feel like I like the color story, but I am docking points for the pressed glitters. I'm just not into those. They're super messy. They're pretty, but they're messy. Does this necessarily overly scream The Night Before Christmas to me? No. But I like the shade names. I like the concept of it. I wanted a little more from it, but I'm not overly disappointed with it. I am pleasantly surprised. I would probably give it like a 6 out of 10 though, just because some of the shades just didn't really work very well, and the blue irritated my eyes a little bit. Not happy with that, but I don't know. It's a cute palette. It's not groundbreaking, but if you're a fan of The Night Before Christmas, maybe pick it up. And one thing I did not actively try was the Glitter Body Illuminator, and that's just because I don't typically use these. It is really pretty though. It is super pretty, but I feel like when I did my swatch for this, it did not dry down at all. So I didn't feel like trying this on because it's more meant for like the body, not so much the face. And obviously I'm wearing a sweater, so it is what it is. But that is the entire Wet n Wild and Nightmare Before Christmas collection. Did you pick this up? Are you happy with it? Are you disappointed with it? Let me know. Let's have that conversation down below. I think overall I'll give it like a 7 out of 10, even though some products were misses, just because this PR box is like so cool. I'm gonna keep this. I'm definitely gonna keep this. So let me know what you think of this video. If you like it, make sure you give it a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you want, you can follow me on my other socials. I'm artistryxashh everywhere. And if you want some book content, I am Ashley with 2H's.reads on TikTok and Instagram. But I think that covers everything. All the makeup details will be listed down below. I hope you have an amazing day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.
Fight